Hello, my name is Emery, and I will be telling you how I lost my couch, my house, and Warhammer 40k, the only game that will make you reasonably think, hey, maybe I should stop playing this because I have bills to pay. That is not a joke. So when you're starting off, there's a couple things you're going to want to get. You're going to want to get some paint. There's 4 different types of paints. There's your base paints, there's your layer paints, there's your contrast paints, and then there's your shade paints. So once you got your paint and your models, there's one last thing you're going to want to get. Some sprue clippers, and you want to get an X-Acto knife. Now, if you want good paint brushes, then it'll probably run you more or less. You can make that decision for yourself. A sprue is, it's pretty much the parts to the model that you see on the fancy $60 box. I'm not kidding. Maybe they've dropped the prices, but let me go check.
What? It's just an ordinary crabby. Oh my goodness! Squidward!
Well, shit. Okay, well, now that you've made poor financial decisions, you have your sprues, you have all your tools. Oh yeah, and get glue. So, after you get your model together, you're going to want to grab your paints. And if you remember all of the paints that I took you through earlier, you got, your base, your layer, and all those. There's a couple painting methods you can do. One is slap chop, and that's the one I'm just going to go over and show you really quick. So slap chop is pretty much you spray paint it or paint it black. Do whatever you do, boss. It's your model. And then you dry brush it white. Dry brushing is pretty much where you take a dry surface and then you just move your brush over it until paint starts coming off or stops coming off and it is dry. It's not wet anymore. And then you kind of just lightly brush it onto the model, and what it'll do is in muscle definition, in that kind of crevice, it'll still stay black, but they'll be white on the outside. And then what you do is you take your base paint and you pretty much just go over it. Or not your base, sorry. You're going to want to take your contrast. And when you're using your contrast, what color do you want? Okay, put it in that area on the white section, and it just adds definition. But yeah, that's just kind of what the hobby is.
I need to run. I need to run away. I have to go.